I'm inside and I saw Bride of Frankenstein. It is directed by James Whale, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. Oh my goodness, it's Frankenstein's monster. He's behind me. Oh my goodness. Nice celebrity guest over here. I'm a big fan of Frankenstein's monster personally. But I don't want to get married. I hope he doesn't catch me and try to marry me. I'm not really up for that commitment yet. This movie starts and we're seeing the very end of Frankenstein, where the windmill is on fire, and we have a brave lad over here. He's like, I'm gonna check to see if Frankenstein's monster is dead. And he goes to see if Frankenstein's monster is dead, and he's not. Wow, who knew that there was a bunch of water underneath this windmill? That's kind of a bad design. Why would you build a house over something like water or a windmill of any sort of property over water? Personally, I don't get it. I feel like there's an increased chance of sinkholery, but I'm no sinkhole expert. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this disastrous building situation over here. But I digress. I do like how Frankenstein's monster is just having a little chill time. He's like, oh no, man, I gotta go wander around again. And of course, because Frankenstein's monster now exists, he's pretty much unkillable. What will the world do? Well, there's fun speculation on what to do, but ultimately, there's a theory, there's an idea, there's a thing to aim towards. We gotta create a bride for Frankenstein. And I'm like looking at this, I'm like, okay, I can see why I see so many Bride of Frankensteins in culture now in 2023, because wow, didn't know he would be given a bride this early. I mean, it makes sense, it's a lady friend, but you know, I want to see this lady friend, and I want to see them have a nice little time, and I want to see them get happily married and have little Frankenstein monster children. However that would even work, I don't know. I just want to see it happen. So like the entirety of the movie is pretty much just that. We got like the humans on the side, they're having a little chill time trying to figure out how to make Bride of Frankenstein. And then we have Frankenstein's monster over here is just wandering about. I really like the part where he goes to have a little chill time with the blind man. And the blind man, being blind, doesn't know what Frankenstein looks like. He's like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have a friend. Let's have a feast together. And they have a chill time. They're having a little eatery, you know, as friends do. I'm happy for Frankenstein's monster at this point, because in Frankenstein, he's just chased and misunderstood. And if you haven't seen my review on that, you definitely should. Oh my goodness, Frankenstein's monster. I'm so happy you have a friend. But it is cut short when these two doofuses come in. They'd be like, ugh, it's you, Frankenstein's monster. We gotta get you out of here. We gotta chase you out of here. I'm like, man, will no one ever leave Frankenstein's monster alone? Just let him live in the woods. I don't know, just because he exists doesn't mean he's necessarily a threat to you unless you try to torch him or threaten him. And that's honestly the depths that happen in the movie, is when those two things happen, both with Frankenstein's Bride of Frankenstein rather. Both movies, people only die because he either misunderstands the point of life or he is misunderstood. So this entire movie, just big old misunderstandings. So hopefully creating Bride of Frankenstein will help with the confusion. Well, here's something very sad. So we have the Bride of Frankenstein is created and shown to Frankenstein's monster, and they have a little meet. Oh my goodness, Bride of Frankenstein is just shrieking at him. It's like, ah, 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 just screaming. And at this point, Frankenstein's monster knows some English. And it goes to show how smart he is actually, because he's able to learn a language and he's able to convey his thoughts properly using the language. And honestly, I just feel so sad for him. I'm like, no, your wife is just utterly rejecting what someone literally made you a wife and she's utterly rejecting you. Because of this rejection, this terrible, awful rejection, I love what the monster does. He just like destroys everything. I'm like, good, I guess. I mean, nobody has been treating you nicely at all for the past 2 movies, and then when you're given a wife, she also is terrified of you and shrieking at you, even though she's also a bunch of corpses, just made together, stitched together. They have like the most amount of relatability ever, and they don't hit it off, and it makes me sad. It's like, I'm so sad for Frankenstein's monster, and I want to see what happens in the other Frankenstein movies as a result. Do they ever get together in any other movie other than this one? I really hope so, because they look like a cute pairing. Oh man, I really like the acting. I definitely think like there's like some choice shots in this. There's like some choice set pieces, like locations that they chose to film at. I feel like it's like probably that part is slightly better than the first movie. And I also like the acting of this too. And this is like a little bit more devastating for me because it's like these people created somebody who is supposed to love and cherish this freak of a guy, this monster, and that monster's bride is rejecting that monster. So what is he going to do? So anyway, I like this movie a lot. I am excited for more Frankensteins. I want to see more Frankensteins. So I gotta give this movie a solid 7.8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. If you want a fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 deals at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, inside, I see you later to my sour croutons and bacon bits. Oh my goodness, it's Frankenstein's monster! I gotta run away because I don't want to get committed. I'm not the bride of Frankenstein. I don't have that big old hair that she has. No, I don't want to love you. I'm afraid of commitment.
Smoke weed every day.
Good.